there's a cost to all of this. And what you touched on, Derek, or no, Dante, you touched on it. Why are critics so cowardly that they will not review this movie?
I'll tell you why, actually, because here's the thing. If they watch it, they will have to give it a good review. They know that. They don't want to do that. And that's why they're not reviewing the movie.
I don't think they're not under an obligation. I think if you're objective, it's a very entertaining movie. It's I love the fact that how did he book these people? He didn't trick them per se. He paid them to be in the movie. He paid Robin DiAngelo $15,000 for a 2-hour interview, and she signed off on it. And what he got is what he got.
99%, 500 plus. I know it's wonky, their ratings, but that's still shockingly high for this type of movie.
Now, when it comes to Rotten Tomatoes, if you can you go to the critics, Alan, on Rotten Tomatoes? It's a 99% verified hot for audience. There's over 1,000 audience reviews, and it's 99. That's high.
That's really high.
But in terms of critics reviews, it would be positive, but you need you need at least 5 reviews.
Well, there's 5 reviews right there.
Critic score.
Yeah, 5.
You got 5.
Yeah, well, I thought it was 5.
I know it is 5, but what's interesting is when it was 4, right here it would say 4 reviews, and now it's at 5. You can't even see how.
There's not even a link to the reviews.
Well,
so
they're right here. This is the link.
Now,
by design.
I have not seen this, but I am told Jeremy Jahns, who also reviewed the film, is getting harassed. Is this true?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They're going after him, man.
Yep. Yeah. So I did a video on it earlier this morning. I did a video kind of going through Twitter, and everybody's coming after this guy. He's lost subscribers on his channel. And then everybody's just labeling him a racist simply for reviewing the movie. He's done
Chris
nothing
Stuckman
wrong.
Reviewed it?
No, of course not.
Chris isn't gonna review it now. He or else he'll lose whatever handouts he's trying to get from Hollywood. So
Grace is not reviewing it.
Yeah, she's not reviewing it.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me either.
Yeah,
that's the thing. This has been.
They're afraid of their audience.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, but they're also afraid of the access that they might lose. And this is the thing that we've known about Jeremy. He doesn't really care about any of that stuff. And actually, recently, in the last couple of years, he's been somebody that's grown and become more vocal about his distaste for Star Wars. And he's talked about a lot of these shows that are out here that he doesn't enjoy, and he doesn't enjoy them for a lot of reasons. And he's gotten blowback from all of that, and people have tried to call him a hater and say that now he's a grifter and stuff like that. But I kind of got to give it to him for saying, hey man, this may not be my kind of movie, but like, he watched it, he reviewed it fairly, he said he enjoyed it.
Yeah, I was about to say, did anybody watch his review? Because I watched it, and I'm telling you, man, the guy was he was objective. He was objective.
He sounds like one of the last OGs that isn't compromised.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He's one of the only people I actually one of the only people outside of like our group of like our circle that I actually watch the reviews from, because I actually feel like he gives great reviews. And he doesn't really care if he gets blowback. But yeah, he also reviewed Sound of Freedom, and he got blowback and hate for that too.
Of course he did.
I wonder if under the hashtag "Am I Racist" movie, what would the little like emoji be after that? what possibilities of a little emoji or graphic?
It'll be a picture of Matt Walsh with his man bun.
Yeah. So Rantman says, a little appreciation post for Jeremy Jahns. Unlike most reviewers, Jeremy doesn't shy away from movies that would be labeled as controversial. He's honest and doesn't involve his own personal beliefs in his videos. What are you talking about? Personal beliefs? I feel like everyone brings biases. Everyone does.
Everyone should have personal beliefs. I mean, really.
Yes. Jeremy Jahns is the GOAT. And then it shows a little graphic of a review of Am I Racist and Sound of Freedom, films that we both reviewed. By the way, Film Threat gets no freaking love or appreciation. So I'm a little pissed off. And then even Matt Walsh Matt Walsh from his Matt Walsh blog. Most mainstream critics have ignored our film, but Jeremy Jahns had the guts to not only review it, but even praise it. His review also has over 300,000 views in less than a day. Maybe that will inspire other major critics to follow his lead. Hey, Matt, longtime supporter, reviewed your last movie. It's kind of BS, and we're not.
Yeah, like what wasn't my review on Rotten Tomatoes? Like,
Yeah.
You guys don't want to be part of the legacy mainstream. You're doing your own thing. You're far more reputable and authentic than anything they're doing, aside from the ones who've been grandfathered in, I guess, like John there. But yeah, you're right.
Yes,
You're
but
underrated
Film
to them.
Threat also reviewed these movies on the website, and all he could say is this: I've been doing this for next year will be 40 fucking years of doing Film Threat. It was a zine when I started in high school, just out of high school. I designed the logo, and it came out, and I get no respect at all.
We need Rodney clips and Fredo clips. I could do things. I'm
Even
smart.
Kongman, who I know and who has been on Versus. Jeremy Jahns is pissing off all the right people by reviewing Am I Racist? So I like him even more now. You don't like me, Kongman? Matt Walsh, again, he's doing hey, Matt Walsh and Jeremy, get a room. He's gay for Jeremy now, Matt. All this love, and he does not tweet
Gore.
out our video review or the review that you did, Alan, on the website. Look at this.
That's on Rotten Tomatoes right now.
Hey, everybody, shout out to Chris Gore, man. Respect to Chris Gore for getting the work in
Gore,
for
yeah.
40 fucking years.
You know
Shout
what?
out to Chris Gore. Respect, brother. Respect. Thank you. Put some respect on his name.
I'm
Hell
tweeting
yeah.
about it right now. Yeah, I can't get no respect.
I just do what I do. But
Got some respect on him.
don't get respect. I'm not even gonna follow Jeremy.
Yeah.
I noticed
That's wild.
Well,
That's-
at 2 million subscribers, he doesn't need you to follow him.
Chris, you should follow him
No,
and
this
then
is him on
unfollow
X.
him.
Is that him on X?
Yeah, that's him on X.
All I'm saying is, like, it does kind of suck. Film Threat, like, does all this coverage, not just this movie. We are reviewing the upcoming Dinesh D'Souza documentary.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We cover this. We cover drag queen documentaries. Thank you, Nerd Far Away. Thank you. I appreciate it. And our Kitty 83. More normie and mainstream. Yeah, I'll take it.
I mean,
But
2 million
it just-
subscribers,
It does bug me a little here that so here's a thread about Jeremy here.
My thing, man, is just this, man. I mean, if we're going back to the critic thing, I just feel like there needs to be some integrity here, right? Quit calling yourself a critic if you're gonna pull some shit like this, right? Like, review every movie. Don't take these weird stances because you don't like a certain person, man. Let the movie stand on its own.
Yeah, review
If
bomb.
the movie's bad, say it's bad. No, really. If it's bad, say it's bad. If it's good, say it's good. But do your damn job.
Yeah. And look, I don't
I'm
expect every
retweeting
critic.
Epic Mike just now. Thank you, Mike.
I got you. I got you.
Hey, thanks, man. Yeah.
And
so
look,
did
I don't
Greg.
expect every critic. I don't expect every critic to review every single movie that
No, of
comes
course
out.
not.
But so
Right,
many
right.
people. But the fact that so many critics, it's like it's only 5. Are you kidding me? Only 5 people on Rotten Tomatoes, where any other movie would have had at least 50 by now. It's ridiculous, man. It's absolutely ridiculous. And these people should be ashamed to call themselves film critics. Somebody mentioned Stuckman earlier because he didn't review what was it? What was the
He
movie
didn't
that
review
came out?
Madam Web.
Madam Web. Yeah, thank you, Mike. He didn't want to review Madam Web
Because
because he
making
didn't wanna
movies is
kill him.
hard.
And it's like, hey, guess what? You know what? Sometimes you got to do it. If you're a film reviewer, sometimes you got to call balls and strikes. Hey, this was trash. This was great. This was not great. You just got to do that. That's your job. You know, so
I've
when you
said
step
this-
away from that and you're going to kind of tailor the movies that you criticize, you know, in my opinion, I'm done with you. You know, I don't even trust your opinion because, you know, you're already, you know, editing the types of films that you want to review. It's trash, man.
Yeah. Well, I've said this a couple different times in different places, but the excuse that a lot of people use is, well, now I work in the industry or whatever, I've done stuff, and movies are very hard to make, and I don't want to discourage people. The reality is there is a level of hard work that goes into every movie you make. There's a level of hard work. If you're making a documentary, you know you need X amount of work to make a good documentary. If you're making a feature film, it's X amount of work to go, if you're making an action movie, X amount of work has to go into it. Nobody is disparaging the work that goes into making a film. It's the creative part of it, because it's art, and that's the point. Art is designed to be critiqued. It's designed to be criticized by people. And the reality is, the part of the critiquing that happens is not, well, the choreography wasn't great and stuff. That sometimes does happen, but there's a lot of things that you'll forgive behind the technical side of things if the story is actually good, or you're entertained by the film and stuff. So that excuse that Chris used, the reality was he started working in the industry and he didn't want to say anything bad about people because he didn't want to lose access. And and if that's the case, then just say that. You know what? I don't want to ruffle the wrong feathers. I just want to make movies now. That's what I want to do. But he couldn't do that because he also was trying to make make reviews so that he can make more money to film his own movie that he's doing.
And what I tell our reviewers is, if you don't like a movie, that's fine. You don't like the movie, but be fair and be constructive.
Yes.
By being constructive, you're just letting the filmmaker know this is where you fell short and this is where you could do better on your next film.
And I'm saying, let's be clear, there's a difference between people who review movies and an actual critic. I'm talking to the critics, right? Like, I used to be a critic. Now I'm just a guy who reviews movies, right? I don't call myself a critic. But if you're going to call yourself a critic, right, especially if you belong to the CCA and groups like that, then do your job, right? Do your job. Yeah. Your job is to review these movies. Whether you like the person or not. And here's the thing, again, you don't have to like the movie. If you want to give it a bad review, give it a bad review, but review the movie.